Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's question is, which country has the biggest advantage when it comes to citizenship? Canada or Denmark? Let's find out in today's episode of Geography Now. Now, this is a tough one. So let me get my thinking cap on here. Denmark is an amazing place to live if you can afford it. That's because they have one of the most expensive real estate markets in the entire world. Meanwhile, Canada is actually quite affordable. But that might be changing soon since their real estate market is growing at a rapid rate. So how do we compare these two countries? Well, the first thing we need to do is look at population. As of 2021, Denmark had about 5.7 million people, while Canada had over 38 million people. So, as you can see, Canada wins when it comes to population. When it comes to size, Denmark is actually bigger than you think. They have a total area of 43,094 square kilometers, which is around 16,600 square miles. They also control a bunch of autonomous regions in the Baltic Sea, but that's not relevant for this video. Now, Canada is absolutely massive with a total area of 10 million kilometers squared or nearly 4 million miles squared. This gives Canada a size-to-population ratio of 0.33 square kilometers per person, or 0.13 square miles. Denmark's ratio is about 7.5 square kilometers per person, or 3 square miles. That means Canada wins when it comes to size to population. What about the economy? Well, Denmark actually has a larger economy than you would think. Their GDP was about 384 billion US dollars. Now, Canada's economy is absolutely huge. It's ranked as the 10th largest in the world. So Canada wins when it comes to economy. What about education? Well, Denmark scores very highly when it comes to literacy rates and human development. In fact, they're ranked as the country with the highest human development index in the world. Canada isn't too far behind. They're ranked as the second best in North America and 17th in the world. I'm gonna have to give this one to Denmark, though, due to them being number one. What about quality of life? Well, both of these countries are amazing places to live. However, there are some differences. Firstly, Denmark is ranked as the 5th happiest country in the world and 2nd in Europe according to the Sustainable Development Index. Now, Canada isn't too far behind. They're ranked as the 7th happiest country in the world and 5th in North America. However, when we look at other metrics such as healthcare, safety, environment, Danish people actually have a better life overall. So Denmark wins when it comes to quality of life. So what about culture? Well, both of these countries have some incredible cultural exports. Denmark has given us Lego Carlsberg, Hans Christian Andersen and IKEA. Canada has given us Justin Bieber, Ryan Reynolds, poutine, and that's a type of bread. Now, this one is subjective, but I'm going to have to give this one to Denmark. I just love Scandinavian culture. Now, when it comes to things like religion, ethnicity, and language, I don't really want to get into that. You can read about those things online if you want to know more. What I will talk about is government. Both of these countries are constitutional monarchies with a parliamentary system. Denmark's ruling monarch is Margrethe II. She's been in power since 1972. Canada's head of state is Queen Elizabeth II. She's been on the throne since 1952. Now, both of these women are largely ceremonial. The real power in both of these countries lies with the prime ministers. Denmark's current prime minister is Mette Frederiksen. Canada's current prime minister is Justin Trudeau. Alright, now that we looked at all of those categories, it's time to make a decision which of these two countries is better to have a passport from. Now, there are many factors that go into this. For example, you have to consider the countries that each of these passports can travel to visa-free. You also have to consider how easy it is to obtain permanent residence or citizenship in each of these countries. And you also have to consider the strength of each of these economies. Now, when it comes to visa-free travel, Denmark allows you to travel to 26 countries without a visa. Canada allows you to travel to 187 countries without a visa. So clearly, Canada's passport is stronger. When it comes to obtaining permanent residence, Denmark is actually the 4th easiest country to immigrate to in the entire world. Canada is ranked as the 9th easiest country to immigrate to in the world. Now, both of these countries have points-based immigration systems. Now, when it comes to economy, Denmark is ranked as the 17th strongest in the world. Canada is ranked as the 10th strongest in the world. So Denmark's economy is a little weaker, so let's make a decision. Which country should you try and get citizenship to if you could only pick one? Now, I did a poll a few days ago and the results were surprising. About 63% of you said that you would choose Denmark, while 37% of you said that you would choose Canada. Now, this is surprising to me because Canada is a much larger and stronger country. I mean, Denmark is amazing, but it's so small. What if it gets wiped off the map by rising sea levels? Just kidding. I think it will be around for a long time. But still, Canada seems like a better choice to me. It's a larger country with a larger economy. Now, when it comes to quality of life, I would argue that Denmark is a better place to live. So, in my opinion, this comes down to quality of life versus economy. If you care more about quality of life, then you should choose Denmark. If you care more about having a strong economy, then you should choose Canada. So there you have it. Denmark has the better quality of life, but Canada has the stronger passport. Now, there are other factors that could play into this. For example, if you're under 30, then you should probably choose Denmark. That's because Denmark offers free university education for all residents. Regardless of where you're from, if you're under 30, you should go live in Denmark for a few years and get a free education. Now, this is my opinion. You might think that Denmark is a better choice. And if you do, let me know why in the comments section below. Now, before we end this video, we need to talk about the Great Firewall of China. Now, more and more countries are trying to censor their internet. They're doing things like banning certain websites and social media platforms. Now, this is not good for anyone. Everyone should have access to the internet and freedom of speech. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Now, as always, thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more geography.